Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Fellow Show. My name's Kyle. Today, we have football starting in 90 minutes. We're going to hang out here for the next half an hour or so, and we're just going to go over any start-sit questions you guys might have. I'll go over some of the inactive and the player news as it comes through. So I did pump a bunch of them into the YouTube comments already. So there you go. You got Ian Rappaport reporting Wan'Dale Robinson expected to play. It's been a while since we've seen him. I think since week 1. So I'm not saying to start Wan'Dale Robinson, but he's worth a stash if you have deeper bench leagues. You also got Rappaport saying Damien Harris would be playing would be a surprise. So it's a big Ramondre Stevenson week. Continue to leave him in there as your RB1, RB2. Alexander Madison expected to play a shoulder thing. Maybe that just means more Dalvin Cook today. I'm not quite sure what his workload will be, but more power to Dalvin Cook today. Potentially. CeeDee Lamb is expected to play tonight, so leave him in your lineups. I think you're going to be fine there. It is a tough matchup against the Eagles. You might see Darius Slay kind of cover CeeDee Lamb for most of this game. So I kind of like Michael Gallup. If you guys got Michael Gallup, I'm open to having a Gallup game today. Waiting on T. Higgins. I haven't seen anything yet. I've been refreshing Twitter and some of the other news outlets that I've had, and I haven't seen anything yet. We did just see Adam Schefter officially say Mac Jones is inactive, and officially now Chris Olave is inactive. So there was the Mac Jones one. He is not playing today. And as well as Tyler Higbee expected to play, as well as Cooper Kupp. You also have Jacoby Myers expected to play today. And then again, Chris Olave officially inactive. And yeah, my man, I'm waiting to see if T. Higgins, I think he's going to play, whether – I got T. Higgins in a lot of leagues. I'm hoping that he can play today, and I hope he can play a full game. I don't want to see any kind of snap count BS here, but it looks like Rappaport just say actives. T. Higgins is up, so I'm not sure what that means as far as his full workload or availability, but we'll see. Also, Damien Harris officially ruled out now. Kyle Pitts active. So good morning to everybody here. Good morning to Harris. Jags or Colts defense? Technically, I think both defenses are worth a start in this one. I think the Colts offense, we're not scared of that offense by any means. It is in Indianapolis, so that does make me kind of lean there. But we still haven't seen Shaq Leonard play most of any games this year. So I think I'm going to lean with the Jags. We've seen it once before, week 2. That really nice game there. So I think I'm going to lean with the Jacksonville Jags. And then I'm assuming this is full PPR. If that's the case, I'm going to go Darrell Henderson. I mean, it's a tough matchup for CEH. It's against Buffalo. Sure, he could. And so I don't think Clyde is going to be productive today in terms of yards. But there's always the opportunity for him to score a touchdown. So I think he's looking interesting in terms of that regard. But I think you want to go with Henderson. He's probably the guy that's going to get the volume today. I have seen there's been tweets and whispers that where was it this morning? I think it was let me read it for you guys. So the official tweet this morning that I saw from Matthew Berry for the Rams today, I'm told Henderson will get first shot, but expect to see all 3 running backs get work today. Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, and then this new guy, Ronnie Rivers. Kyren Williams remains interesting deep stash for later in the season. So with that being said, I do think Darrell Williams is the guy today. So I'm going to go Darrell Williams. It's a home game against the Panthers. They should be able to establish themselves in that game. Pick one, half PPR. Singletary, Benjamin, or Kenneth Walker? That one's tough. I like Singletary, but again, he's kind of touchdown dependent. Kenneth Walker offers a pretty nice safe floor against Arizona, but I think I'm going to go with Eno Benjamin because he's looked good. He's also their pass catching back. He's kind of their every down back. So if I'm going to rank these guys, I'm going to rank them Eno, Kenneth Walker, and then Singletary. But technically, like these guys all look like solid RB2s, and I think Eno and Kenneth Walker have your running back 1 potential. So I would look. If you want to go into that game, Eno versus Walker, I think those are the running backs you want to choose from. But I'm going to go with Eno because Kenneth Walker, I don't think he's going to get as much work in the passing game. So we'll go with Eno Benjamin there. I'm just going to keep refreshing my news feed. Not going to lie, I kind of missed the early London game, schedule, waking up to football. Kind of missed it. Let's see. Raheem Mostert officially active. I think they were just kind of being cautious with him. He missed Wednesday practice, but was limited the other day. So fire up Raheem Mostert if you need him. Trying to see anything else. Jacoby Myers officially active again. What are you guys' hot takes for today? Any big upsets on the day here? I like the Patriots on the road with Bailey Zappi. I think that one's kind of a fun one. I really want to see what happens with the Miami offense today under Skylar Thompson. I think that could be interesting. And yeah, Higgins is in. I was looking around for more information on, like, is he on a pitch count? Is he starting? Is he gonna, is he gonna be active? Because last week, man, we just got burned. So I'm hoping that they just let him be, kind of limited in practice this week. So I'm gonna fire up Higgins in the leagues that I have him. I'm actually gonna go set those lineups after the show here. And good morning to you, Christian. Pick one, half PPR. Higgins, Lazard, Godwin. This one's easy. We're smashing Chris Godwin. It's a Chris Godwin type of game. The Steelers defense, man, it's so banged up. Like, they're missing so many players. They can't defend the slot either. So if you guys are setting, DFS, whether it's DraftKings, FanDuel, or Yahoo, like, Chris Godwin, probably a top 10 play this week. So I'm all in on Godwin. Good morning, Daggers. New England or Baltimore defense this week? That's funny because I have a league where I have both those guys on my options, and I think I'm rolling with Baltimore. I have a tool on the fantasyfellowship.com where it looks at the projected points, and that's typically how I make my defensive decisions. The Giants are only expected to score about 20 points, whereas with the Cleveland Browns, they have the Browns up there at almost 23. So I'm going to usually take the team that's expected to score less. That's going to be the Giants. So I will start the Ravens defense. Better not have zero. Well, would you settle for one, at least one catch? I don't know. I need Higgins this week for sure. So I'm going to fire him up. Not so much with confidence, but I believe in Higgins. And if he's going to, if there was any doubt that he would not be able to play, they wouldn't play him. So especially after what happened last week, if he had no chance to play this week, he just will not play. Chris Godwin or Mike Williams, non-PPR. Whew. That's a tough one, Harris. But I'll be real. If that's your option, you're going to be in for a pretty good week. I think the absence of Keenan Allen is going to make me go with Mike Williams, and especially in a non-PPR league. I mean, Godwin's he's like a poster child for PPR formats, whereas Mike Williams in a non-PPR, that's actually his best format too. So I will say Big Mike. What are we thinking about the Buffalo Bills Kansas City Chiefs game? Are the Chiefs going to be able to win at home? I'm going with Buffalo today. I think Buffalo might kill them. Maybe a 2-score game in Buffalo. We might see some struggles there. And yeah, I think it is Harris. I think it is Miami. Let me look at my numbers here. The Dolphins defense. Let's see. The Dolphins defense. They're just giving up points all across the board to all the positions. So it's a good spot here. And again, with the shoulder for Alexander Mattison, we might see a little bit even more snaps and opportunity for Dalvin Cook. So it's Dalvin Cook week for sure. Dobbins, Hendo, Higgins, Pittman start too. That one's tough. Again, I'm assuming that's full PPR there. I'm gonna go with Michael Pittman Jr. as probably your best option in this one. I don't know how I feel about J.K. Dobbins. I've been open to Dobbins being ready to assume, his usual workload. He's been a few weeks in there now. He's kind of probably, into the system and healthy and whatnot. So I'm interested there. I think I'm cool with leaving Higgins on the bench. So to me, it's Pittman, and then we got to figure out one of these running backs. I think I'm going to lean towards Darrell Henderson. Again, it's a home game against the Panthers. The Panthers have given up a handful of touchdowns to the running back. So I'm going to say, if I had to rank these guys, I'm going to go Pittman, Hendo, Dobbins, Higgins. Godwin or Marquise non-PPR. Oh my goodness. I'll go Marquise here. I'll go Marquise, but dang, like if you can get both those guys in your lineups, I think that would be best case scenario for sure. I'm just gonna keep hitting refresh on my feeds here. Let's see. Nothing surprising so far this morning. I've been liking that the NFL's been doing a lot of Saturday updates for us, especially like I know Rappaport and some of the guys like they did some like 12 a.m. or midnight tweets last night. But keep firing up your questions. We'll go live for the next 20 minutes or so, and we'll just keep doing your takes here. Zay Jones officially active, so that's good to see. A handful of inactives for the Browns just came through. They're going to be missing Jadeveon Clowney, one of their backup running backs, a backup QB, Denzel Ward, offensive tackle Joe Hagg, another offensive guard, and another offensive tackle. So Patriots, where's my guy here? Patriots defense, man. That I might be pivoting to Patriots defense. I just saw this inactive list for the Browns, and they're missing a lot of players. Good morning, Aiden. Yes, Mostert is playing, and I like Mostert as a running back too. Morning, Chase. Any significant weather updates we need to know about? That's a good question. I don't think so. Let me look at one of my situations here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see any rain today on the forecast, so that's good. There's a couple overcast games. Not too much wind to worry about. It looks like the highest wind is going to be. I'm gonna here. This is a future link for you guys. If you guys Chase, if you're ever curious, there's a link. I just put it in the chat. NFLweather.com, and it's fantastic. Like it'll tell you the forecast, the wind, and you can even click into the details. So if you ever want to look at that, I'll go ahead and do so. But it looks like for the most part, we had a pretty nice and safe weekend for the games here. Just doing my refresh here. Any bold calls today? I'm thinking it's a Romeo Dobbs game today. I'm very curious to see who Sauce Gardner guards for the against the Packers. I'm excited about that Arizona Seattle game too. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm taking San Francisco over Atlanta. I'm taking New England over Cleveland. I'll go Green Bay over New York. Jacksonville, Indianapolis is a coin flip to me. I'm not sure what we're gonna get. I think I'm gonna go with. Oh, good call. One of my good friends said that as well. I was thinking Randall Cobb is kind of due for a touchdown. He hasn't scored one all year, so maybe not the first touchdown, but I think Cobb is due, and also AJ Dillon's due. AJ Dillon's is always due. I think you got to go Mostert just because he's guaranteed 15 to 20 touches. And that's typically how I make my decisions. I'm going to always go with the touches. So Mostert, if you have the gut call or if you want to, play a little riskier, you can go Dobbs. Harris says Kansas City over Buffalo. I'm open to it. For me, that Buffalo defense is so good, and if they're able to limit Travis Kelce, like keep in mind the Raiders did a good job. Like they didn't allow any splash plays from Kelce. Of course, when he got to the red zone, he allowed the touchdowns. But if the Bills are able to clamp down on Kelce, I'm not sure who's going to be the big Chiefs piece. I don't know, Christian. Melvin Gordon also was limited in practice this week. He's technically questionable, and I think we're going to see it on full display Monday night. I think you're going to see a three-headed committee with Melvin, Mike Boone, and Latavius Murray. I would expect Latavius Murray to get in there if there's a goal line opportunity or any short yardage stuff. And keep in mind, like Latavius played. We had the first London game of the year, Minnesota and the Saints. That game where Alvin Kamara was inactive. Latavius Murray looked good. He had like 57 yards and a touchdown. He also caught a ball for 8 yards. So I pretty much every league that I've got, I've stashed Latavius Murray. And if we see good things Monday night, we could be in for a nice big old committee in Denver. This one's easy. Harris, we're going Godwin. Bob Hunting TD or Mike Evans first TD. I like it. Chase says, start 5 receivers. Pittman, Waddle, Dobbs, Mike, Rondale, Gabe, Zay Jones. I have Pittman, Waddle, Mike Moore, and Davison, but want to start Dobbs. It feels like you have it all optimized. I suppose I think I think I'm okay with Dobbs over Waddle here, Chase. Everything else makes sense. I'm really concerned with Skylar Thompson. Even if Waddle plays, I don't see a game where Waddle just blows up. And I think Dobbs intrigues me. It's a home game. I think I'm going to go with Dobbs is going to get his 7 to 8 targets today. We don't know if Waddle's going to get that, and it's to me it's the clear lead for Miami. It's Tyreek Hill and Mostert. Those are the top two players for the Dolphins today. So I'm cool with Romeo over Jalen Waddle here. Josh Allen, of course, a sack. He might get two. Need to make my DFS lineups. You see any value? I haven't. Let me fire up the DraftKings here. A lot of it starts with me building from my defense here. Let me see what I can find. We'll go to all game. No, we'll go to 11 games today. Let's take a peek here. See what we're dealing with. In terms of cheap defenses today, I like the Patriots. I think the Patriots, again, we listed a huge inactive list today for the Cleveland Browns. So I'm feeling the Patriots today as my defense. I know the opponent ranking is pretty bad, but I like Patriots defense. Higbee is playing today. One of my favorite values at quarterback. What do you think about Joe Burrow today, Aiden? Joe Burrow returning to Louisiana. Saints not having Marshawn Lattimore and a couple other key pieces, like their entire offense is basically missing today besides Alvin Kamara. I think it could be a nice Joe Burrow game today. Otherwise, if you want to go cheap and dirty, Geno Smith, man. Geno Smith at home against Arizona. That could be a fun one. You can stack him with Lockett or DK, whatever you choose. Is Leonard Williams and Aziz active for the Giants? Let me look at that real quick. Let me pull up the player news here. We'll go to the Giants here. I thought I heard good reports on Aziz the other day. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything yet. Let me go to Twitter. Aziz Ojulari. Leonard Williams is officially active. Aziz Ojulari inactive. That came out about 11 minutes ago there. So Leonard in, Aziz out. Superflex, QB2, Zach Wilson or Matt Ryan. Yikes. Zach Wilson or Matt Ryan. Oh my goodness. It's probably Zach Wilson. I mean, the Jets have been looking pretty good. I'm open to Matt Ryan at home though, being an interesting play, but I think I'm gonna go Zach Wilson. Yeah, I do like Joe Burrow today. And then if you want a cheap QB today, I mean, penciling Geno Smith. And if you're looking for value at running back today, I mean, Ramondre Stevenson at 6K on DraftKings is pretty appetizing. And if you go further down the list, I mean, you can find Deion Jackson for the Colts. That one intrigues me a little bit there, but I know he's going against your Jags, so maybe not. Pittman Jr., if that makes a difference. We can go with Matt Ryan again. Like the fact that they don't have Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines, they could put the ball more into the passing game. So maybe I think you got me here. I'm gonna go Matt Ryan. We'll go Matt Ryan at home against Jacksonville. I'm gonna go Pat Frymouth. Kenny Pickett I know they got blown out last weekend, but we saw some nice things from Kenny Pickett. That's probably where I'm more excited about that. For sure. And then with Schultz, he's got the knee thing. I'm not sure I'm feeling too excited about that. I have both Harris and I like Schultz more rest of season. Interesting. Yeah, he just needs. I'm concerned about the knee injury. He re-aggravated it. And now that Michael Gallup's back, they're also in a couple of weeks they're going to be getting James Washington back as well. So I'm just nervous about him not being 100% optimal with his health. And then you also have more weaponry to fend for targets. I'm trying to find a cheap running back here on DraftKings that I like. I might be willing to just pay up for Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook at 7,500 on DK sounds good. Value wide receivers that I'm looking at today on DK. Isaiah McKenzie. Maybe we get a little Isaiah McKenzie action. I'm into Tyler Lockett this week. I think Lockett is a lock for me. He's really cheap, only 5,600. You get the Geno Tyler Lockett stack. In terms of tight end, I think it's George Kittle week, so I'm gonna go George Kittle here. And then I gotta buy a cheap flex. He's an interesting sleeper. He's going to be their third wide receiver in 3 wide receiver set. So in deeper leagues, I don't know about in 10-team leagues if I'd pick him up, but it's probably pretty soon that we're going to see James Washington back. What about Eno Benjamin? What about Eno Benjamin? Eno's a great play. Actually, now that you say that, I want to see his price. Where did he go? I just missed him. For 4,600. That's beautiful. He's my flex. So I just whipped up a lineup real quick. I put Geno Smith as my QB. My RBs are Stevenson and Dalvin Cook. I got to get one more receiver here. I'm going to go Marquise Brown in the stack there. My running backs are Stevenson and Dalvin Cook. I put out Marquise Brown, Isaiah McKenzie, Tyler Lockett, George Kittle at tight end, Eno Benjamin at flex, and the Patriots defense. I might even be able to sell the Patriots defense if I want to go higher. No, we're good. But yeah, keep your questions coming. We'll hang out for another few minutes here, guys. I'm just hitting refresh on all my feeds. I hope you guys all get the best of luck today. Hopefully Kyle Pitts can get something going. We need something from Kyle Pitts. It's been a tough season. Hopefully he's feeling good to go and fresh from his week off last week. Hitting refresh on my buttons here. We got some Packers inactives, nothing too crazy here. This is interesting. Ian Rappaport's reporting there's an opportunity for Andy Dalton to keep starting moving forward. So it says he has reportedly impressed the Saints. Winston is active today as a backup. Some would just call this a benching. So if you guys play in Superflex leagues, Andy Dalton, an interesting player to stash in Superflex leagues. I'm worried about Matt Ryan now. You think he will turn it around this game? I don't know about turn it around. I think the matchup is at least better than the Denver matchup that we saw last week. I mean, just 2 weeks ago he went off for 356 and 2 touchdowns. So I mean, he lit Tennessee up in that game. So I'm open to Matt Ryan in this one. He didn't play very well last week, but I'm open to it. In his game against Jacksonville earlier in the year, 195 and 3 interceptions. If that scares you, just go with Zach Wilson. They're going to be interesting enough there, I think, with Green Bay. But either way, you're looking at some bottom of the barrel quarterbacks. Because you have Pittman, I would go for the stack. How about this lineup? Brady, love it. Stevenson, Benjamin, love it. Lazard, Godwin, ooh, Harris, this is nice. Well done. That looks like a great lineup. I love the Brady Godwin stack. You got Lockett, you got Kelsey in there too. This looks really, really nice, Harris. I like that a lot. That's a stud lineup there. Might make me, make me think about going to Yahoo and getting some money in the Yahoo account. Let's see here. Any other final inactives? If Pitt sucks, I'm dropping him. I would hold on to him. It really, if he goes out and gets like only 2 targets or something, like we'll check the usage later. But if he goes out and he doesn't look good today or he doesn't get the usage, I'm open to selling. But I would prefer to hold on to him if you can. I'm actually going. I'm checking my leagues to see where Andy Dalton's available because he should be rostered. It looks like he's picked up kind of everywhere in my leagues. But I'm open to Andy Dalton, guys. Rest of season. Let me see if I can snag him in one of these leagues. Andy Dalton right there. I'm gonna pick up Andy Dalton today and put him in one of my lineups. We'll drop Kyle Phillips here. Let's see here. Alan Lazard or Cortland Sutton on PPR. Give me Cortland Sutton. I love Njoku. So like the state of the tight ends, it's so bad, right? Like tight ends are just if you don't have Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews, there's a huge tier after that. I mean, it's Ertz, Higbee, and Goddard. Those are kind of like the rest of the top 5 guys. But after that, it's Njoku. Like he is one of the most impressive tight ends so far to start the year. So I love, it's Njoku. It's technically a tough matchup today, going up against the Patriots, but the Patriots have been leaky to tight ends. Patriots have allowed 5 touchdowns to the tight ends in 5 games, so it could be a nice one. Melvin's still questionable with Duvernay. We're going Duvernay for sure, my man. Duvernay looks really good, and it helps that Rashad Bateman's out. Like that makes it much more easier to start. But Duvernay, I trust him to be involved in the offense, whether that's 6 to 7 targets and maybe a carry or 2. I think he's got a nice safe floor. He'll get you 9 to 10 points as a floor, and if he scores that touchdown, that's what's going to make your week for you. So I'm a huge fan of Devin Duvernay. I have a question for you guys. Should I start DJ Moore today, or should I start Zay Jones, Elijah Moore? What do you guys think? That's my question. I have DJ Moore in a dynasty league. I don't know what to do, guys. Elijah Moore, Zay Jones on the bench. I could flex a tight end, whether that's Kyle Pitts or Gerald Everett as well. Devin Duvernay. Very impressive. Devin Duvernay, man, coming along. I think it's in his 3rd year. He's starting to put it together. That's probably where I'm leaning. I'm hoping PJ Walker will just end up pummeling him with targets. Like if he's going to throw the ball, it should be first read DJ Moore pretty much every single time. So I tend to agree with DJ Moore there. But I did fire up Andy Dalton in that league, so we'll see how it goes. I'm also starting Latavius Murray in one league because I've just been destroyed at. I have one league where I had Javonte Williams, Cordero Patterson, and James Conner. All 3 of those guys have really hurt me at running back lately. And yeah, Harris says more. He did play well. I'm open to it. I've also, if you guys play in Superflex leagues, stashing Sam Darnold, I think, is a good move because you can put him on your IR if you have the eligibility to do so. He's listed as IR on ESPN. So if you're on Sleeper or any other format, you can put him in the IR. Maybe we see Sam Darnold back. I think next week they're going to activate him. Maybe he's just a backup. Really depends on if PJ Walker is a disaster or not today. But I'm definitely open to that. And I'm just doing one more check here on the inactives. But I think we're all good to go. So I'm going to get out of here in a couple minutes, guys. I wish you guys the best of luck. And it's a good day of football today. I think the spread of games today is really good. For me, I'm going to be watching the Packers-Jets at noon along with Red Zone. But dang, that Bills-Chiefs game in the afternoon and the Cardinals-Seahawks game, I'm excited about that. And then tonight, man, like the Cowboys-Eagles, that is potential first seed in the NFC is on the line, as well as tomorrow night. We'll see the Chargers in prime time. We haven't seen Justin Herbert in prime time since his rib injury Thursday night against the Chiefs. And we'll see if Russell Wilson can get things cooking for the Broncos. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Again, if you guys have any last-minute questions, Twitter is always the best place to find me. Just find me at the fellow KGB. You either tweet at me or message me. That's easily the best place to get to me. So good luck to everyone today. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you later in the week. Peace.